And now time to bring in some kitchen inspiration. I'm not sure if you guys remember, a while ago I mentioned that I suspect that I might be lactose intolerant because I have been finding recently that every time I have dairy products, sometimes it does happen, sometimes it doesn't happen, that I react badly and I have those lactose intolerant typical symptoms that come through. And Michele, you are here to break it down for us because it can happen. The fact that I have been having dairy all my life and suddenly find that I have some symptoms doesn't mean that I'm not susceptible to lactose intolerance.
Yeah, so I think lactose intolerance is such a big topic in the health realm nowadays. Because so many people are so much more in touch with their bodies and how food responds to them. And now that there are so many alternative options, I think people have the privilege of testing a life without lactose and like experiencing how it feels to be free of lactose if you have an intolerance.
What I have really enjoyed is the fact that there is a solution, and ever since I started using NOLAC, I find that the different, typical symptoms that would come through after consuming dairy aren't there anymore, which is fantastic. And in fact, if you experience symptoms such as stomach cramps, eczema sometimes, bloating, nausea after consuming dairy, it may be that you are lactose intolerant. Now with CLOVER NOLAC, you can enjoy dairy again with their versatile lactose-free range. It's exciting and it's good news for all of those who suffer. And CLOVER NOLAC is pre-treated with the enzyme lactase to break down lactose that makes it easier to digest and also really is the perfect solution for those who do need that intervention. So we're going to be making a really awesome recipe. I mean, what are you making for us? I'm seeing really healthy things laid out on the kitchen counter this morning.
Yeah, so we're going to continue with the health trend.
Yeah.
So I think this is so nice because at a dinner party or like a drinks with friends, like often there's dips and there's snacks. And if you are lactose intolerant, obviously
you can't dip in.
You can't dip in.
You can't dip
and no one wants that.
No.
So yeah, what NOLAC's made this beautiful lactose-free dairy snack.
Yes.
It kind of doubles as a yogurt.
Yes.
And we're just making a little dip that goes perfectly with like your pitas or nice fresh vegetables. So I don't know if you want to get going on the carrot.
I will get going with the carrots, but what I wanted to say is that I really do like the fact that people are starting to be a lot more considerate now, or people should start being a lot more considerate, because whether you are lactose intolerant or not, the CLOVER NOLAC still would be perfectly suited for your entertaining. So I'm making the carrot pieces here, as you can see. I don't do this very often. I don't chop up carrots very often, but you know what? It's about the final product.
It is about the final product. It's all about the dip, man.
It's all about the dip, brother.
Cool. So what we've done here is we've got half a cup of mayonnaise, and then what we're going to add to that is just about 3 tablespoons of this of the NOLAC dairy-free snack. So let me get that in there, and then I'll just make as if I was chopping all of these things, but they're all beautifully chopped for me.
Yeah, I did that.
You did that prior.
No, I didn't.
Okay, cool. So you get that in there. We have beautiful corn. Let's actually do it like this.
I mean, I love the fact that what you've been able to do for us this morning is really bring some inspiring summer recipes, right? Those are summer ideas that we can tap into.
Absolutely, man. And so with this, we have some nice spring onions, some chopped rosemary. Rosemary goes really nicely with sort of dairy. It brings out the real flavor in it. So just about a teaspoon of each of those. We have some nice spring onions. Get that in there.
Nice.
And then, as with most things in life, garlic just makes everything better.
It does. It does elevate any dish.
Absolutely.
Come on, let's be honest.
So get a little bit of garlic powder in there. I'm not going to put too much.
Yeah.
You have to season, salt and pepper.
Great.
You know, you must do the salt with some flair.
It must be quite special for your friends having you around as someone who really does have a super passion for cooking, but also as a doctor, because you bring in the perfect balance between dishes that really taste great and are good for you at the same time, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I think I understand lactose. People, I think, are scared to talk about lactose intolerance. They don't want to sound taboo or like they're making a hassle for you. But yeah, I mean, it's a real thing, and so many people struggle with those, like you said, those gastrointestinal side effects.
And they don't have to.
And
you
like
shouldn't have to.
Saying it's all of those symptoms. I mean, bloating, nausea, flatulence are things
you don't want.
You don't want, and you don't want that in an environment around your friends.
Absolutely not.
Having this at a party is such an ideal thing.
Well, I made this for you. This is my contribution to this. Now,
beautiful.
We do have an exciting competition. In fact, I'll start telling you about that one now, where you stand the chance to win a CLOVER NOLAC hamper. It's filled with NOLAC products so that you can be free and lactose free at that. Simply comment on the competition post on the Expresso social pages and tell us this. Which lactose intolerance symptom are you most challenged with? And don't forget to use the hashtag #BeFree lactose free. Now, we could be calling you next week live on the show to free you of your symptoms as the winner of a CLOVER NOLAC hamper. And this competition will close on the 26th of November. So get entering. Those T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. So once all of this is done, now you're making the dip. So everything would have gone in there, which you already have done. I see the corn has gone in there, but that's what we're aiming for, our beautiful summer-inspired spread to look like. And this is definitely a free one, right?
You know?
I love this.
And I mean, as you can see, it it just looks so inviting and so delicious. So yeah, this is the whole range of products. You can play around with them.
I like that.
We've used the dairy-free snack today. And what's really beautiful about this is that often when we try to treat lactose intolerance, we need to still give people an opportunity or a way or a means of getting in their calcium,
nutrients,
vitamin D. And if you're cutting out sort of what we lactose, you're often cutting out all of your dairy products and you're not getting in vitamin D.
This is really good because this ticks all of those boxes. It's all about the dip. I want you to dip and tell me what you think of your creation.
I think I'm going to...
And I'll follow.
You know you cut the carrots. So
yes, I cut the carrots, but I cut those ones.
Yeah, let's go.
If you want the recipe, go on our site, expressoshow.com. Dip away. Be free. Lactose free. Thank you. This is so good.
It is actually.
Made with love by Clover.